some kind of false image of perfection for any of them. They were limited. They had difficulties. One of the judges' name was Jephthah. Jephthah grew up in a home. His background was that his father was from Gilead and his mother was a harlot. I don't know what he went through when he was young. I don't know what kind of heartbreaks he had. I don't know what kind of difficulties he's had. All I know is this: he did not have an ideal background at all. He grew up rejected by his stepbrothers. When his father finally married and had children, his stepbrothers came to him and said, listen, you're not the son of our mom. And the Bible says they threw him out. They said, you're not going to inherit our house with us, and we don't want you here. You're the son of a strange woman. Imagine your stepbrothers calling you that to your face and saying you're the son of a strange woman because your mother's not our mother. We don't want you here. And they kicked him out of the house. I don't know what he went through. I don't know how he made it. I don't know how he got food. I don't know how he ended up finding a place to live. I do know this: God used him as a judge. Shamgar, the Bible says, fought with an ox goad. An ox goad was a wooden stick with a point on it. You say, who was this great warrior? He wasn't a warrior, he was a farmer. He was a country boy. He was a guy, as they used to say, that came to Bible college with a bunch of manure sticking between his toes. Hey, he was a farm boy. He was not raised in some fancy home. He was not raised with some education that prepared him to be a military leader. He was a farmer, and he says, I can't fight, but I can pick up my ox goad that was used to goad the ox and to make them move forward. They'd poke them and keep on moving them as they pulled the plow. He says, that's all I got. God said, that's fine, I'll take it. Farm boy was a judge. We read about Gideon. The Bible tells us that God gave the Midianites a little vision of what was going to happen, and God gave them a vision of a barley cake rolling down a hill into their tent. That's God's official brand of Gideon. You say, what's a barley loaf? That was the food for poor people. When you couldn't afford wheat, you ate barley. Most of the time, barley was raised for the animals. A little barley loaf of bread rolling into the hill. Boy, that sounds impressive. No, it's not a Sherman tank. No, it's not a missile. No, it's not some kind of bow and arrow. He's a barley loaf rolling down the hill. Listen, that's Gideon for you. You know the story. When the angel came to Gideon, he said, oh, my Lord, wherewith shall I save Israel? Behold, my family is poor in Manasseh, and I am the least in my father's house. He says, I come from a poor family. He says, and I'm the littlest one. It's amazing. God can use the littlest one. God could use the youngest one. God could use the poorest one. God could use the farmer. God can use the one from the broken home. Hey, don't tell me your excuse. Read the book of Judges and you'll see that God used people that didn't come from a perfect home at all. Okay, what about Isban and Elon and Abdon and Tola? They came out of nowhere. They came off of some bus route somewhere or something. I don't know where they came from. All of a sudden, these guys popped up and said, you know what, I'll take that guy. Are you willing to follow the call? Are you willing to face a difficult situation? Are you willing to pray? Okay, you're good. Listen, God uses people that don't have, if you will, a perfect pedigree. God doesn't use people that have all their act perfectly together.